right? So you're started off 2020 in the best way possible. You're getting booked out solid, you're getting clients all the time, but for some reason you start to realize that being busier isn't necessarily the best thing possible, right? You had this vision in your head and you're like, being a booked out trainer is the best thing possible. Now it is, but it also means you're overworked, your prices are too low, and most importantly, you're not taking on the right clients. One of the biggest lessons that I taught myself in year 1 and 2 of my personal training business that allowed me to scale to the heights that I did, allowed me to win the awards that I did, allowed me to be nominated for the awards, and most importantly, be a successful online trainer, converting from personal training to online coaching, was the fact that I understood that there was 3 fundamental things you need to do in order to attract the right clients. Because you can attract clients left, right, and center. But the difference between successful trainers and mediocre, underpaid, overworked, and stressed out trainers are these 3 pillars of personal training, right? The first one is your offer. If you are trying to undercut the market, if you're looking at all your trainers in your gym, if you're looking at every online trainer and you're looking at their price and saying, okay, well, if I make my price smaller, I'll get more clients, right? No. Well, yes, maybe you'll get more clients, but you'll get clients that don't turn up, don't show up, forget to pay you, and just use you as a resource, use you as a sounding board, use you as like a punching bag, right? You've got to understand that you can only take that for a certain amount of time before you start hating the industry that you loved getting into, right? And you've got to make sure that this job is going to be not just a job, but a lifestyle. And most importantly, you're going to impact thousands of lives. And how are you supposed to do that if you hate turning up to the gym, if you hate turning your computer on, if you hate producing content, and if it's coming from the fact of your clients are doing this to you? You've got to look at your way of doing things, and it comes from your offer. If you're offering a mediocre product because you want to make a quick dollar, a quick buck, you've really got to look at yourself and say, hey, like, I'm probably better than what I'm charging, so then charge more. All of a sudden, yes, your clients may go down, but you have to do less per week, but more in your sessions in order to guarantee the price increase. But what I'm saying to that is that imagine if you went from 15 sessions to 5 sessions a day. Do you think those 5 sessions would be way higher of a value and way higher of a quality than those 15 sessions? If you said no, you're lying to yourself, because it is yes. You can do more in those 5 sessions. You can be there for your clients more. And most importantly, the offer that you're offering is going to increase in quality because you have more time to do it, right? Number 2, and one of the most important pillars of this kind of 3-pillar of personal training philosophy that I've created is attention. If you can't grab attention, if you can't do a pattern interrupt or getting someone to stop scrolling on your newsfeed, or getting someone to stop in your gym by just being genuine, by just having an amazing offer, by just being that person that stands out in a crowd, then how are you supposed to get those clients that want you for a long period of time? I cannot tell you the amount of times that I've met people in a gym, met people, through my marketing, and they've said, hey, like, I've always wanted to reach out, but I was too scared, or I was too worried, or all of these different things. But your offer, meaning the way that I produce content, is so consistent and so higher of quality that people were just reaching out to me left, right, and center. And that isn't me bragging or being arrogant or whatever. That was a transition from year 1 me to year 5 me. And you've got to remember that that is the transition. You can't expect yourself to come up with this overnight. This is going to be a yearly process in order to refine. The amount of times that I've torn everything down and rebuilt is crazy, right? People would laugh and people would be very, very scared of the amount of times I've done this. But in order to be successful, you've always got to move forward. You've always got to increase the quality, and you can't expect to know what's going to be high quality in year 2 if you're already stuck in year 1, right? So just focus on these 3 pillars and really refine these 3 steps, and I guarantee you'll be successful in 2020. So the first thing was the offer, right? Your offer has to be amazing. It has to be filled with value and filled with commitment from yourself. Number 2 is you need to grab attention from your consumer, your client, your coaching client, whatever, your gym members, your potential gym members. You've got to grab their attention. And that is becoming so prominent now in 2020. And it was so really, really emphasized in 2019. You've got to have that pattern interrupt on a very, very saturated market such as Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, all of these things. You've got to create pattern interrupt. If TikTok isn't an example of that, I don't know what will be, right? And most importantly, you've got to then create desire from those clients that you're grabbing attention from. So your offer is amazing, you've created amazing attention, but how do you create desire so that they're literally pouring their heart out for you to train them? And you may believe this isn't right, you may believe this isn't possible, but it is, guys. Like I said, I'm 10 times the version I was in year one, and of course you would hope so, but the only reason I did that was because I started to create desire from my clients. I have clients wanting to work with me. Hell, I released MPT Consulting. On the first day I released it, I had 5 people message me and saying, I was waiting for you to create something like this. They have desire. They subconsciously want to work with you before they've even got on the sales call, before they've even got on the body transformation call, before they've even got on the free consult that you're doing, the free personal training session, because it is much easier to work with a desire that a client already has than trying to create a desire on the day. For instance, I'll give you an example. If a client turns up to your personal training session, your free 2 personal training sessions, and you haven't created any desire, you have no price point to work with. You need to have this, and this isn't about a money thing, this is about a desire thing. You should be able to charge anything you want to. If I gave you a blank check, you should be able to write anything on that check, and that is now your price. Because price doesn't matter. It is the desire the client has for you to fix their pain well, rather than fixing their information problem. And this is the most important thing, guys. You need to create desire from your client. How do you do that? You create a funnel for that person to go through. So just because they've booked in for a consult, just because they've booked in for a personal training session, doesn't mean they have desire yet. You need to give them social proof. You need to give them an ability to realize that you are different to the 10 other trainers they've ever had before. You are not going to be their first trainer. And if you are, you've also got to make sure they have a lot of desire, because they're going to be very nervous, they're going to be very anxious, and they're going to be very reward heavy focused, right? They want to do something in a week and get a reward for it. So you've got to understand that using these 3 pillars of success in personal training is going to transform your business. It is very easy to be a good trainer. It is very hard to be an exceptional trainer. The difference between good and exceptional is these 3 pillars. So please, if you learned anything from this video, focus on these 3 pillars first and then build your business out. Don't try and scale so fast without remembering the concrete that you built your foundation on. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I will, of course, see you in the next one.